Cynthia. Hi, Rick.
Hello,
Hi.
hello, hello.
Welcome everyone to All About the Joy. I'm so glad that you're here, and we're going to get back to our conversation that we were having earlier. Cynthia, what we were just talking about, we didn't wrap Rick in because he just came on.
Oh, we were talking about work
Oh
and
yeah,
lack
we're
of
not going.
communication.
Right. No. We were actually talking
Oh, about
about
home. Yeah, where you move to.
home, right? About when you go somewhere and you realize it's home. Like I knew when I visited California, um, and I was telling Cynthia we stayed in like church, basements and high school basements. Hey, Tony, how you
Hey, Tony.
doing? Boy, Tony has a lot of those late night work hours nowadays.
Just working the night shift, I guess.
Yeah, Tony, I hope you're doing okay. Hope you're getting your sleep and everything. He switched his hours or whatever, so he's working. Is it the night? No, what did he call it? Because I was shocked. It's not
Oh, I
called
don't
the night
remember.
shift.
No?
He called it something else.
Graveyard shift?
I don't remember.
Nope, not graveyard shift. The sweep shift or something like that.
Swing shift?
Swing shift, right?
Ah,
That's what it was. Last week on swings. Okay, yeah,
okay.
swings. I had never heard that before. Um, but Rick, we were talking about like I'm really getting that feeling again that I got when I first when I first visited California. I always knew I would move here, and it would happen like 10 or it would happen like 10 years later. Sweep shift.
He's making fun of us, yeah, because
Oh,
somebody
he's
said
making fun of
swing.
me. He's making fun of me, right? I said sweep shift, right? I think I did. Hey,
Mm,
whatever's. But I knew I would move here. And I did, like, I
mm.
don't know when it was. It was like 10 years later because I was just a kid when I came to visit here. And I'm saying to Cynthia, I think it's gonna happen again. Like I'm feeling a move to another country now.
Mm.
I know. Which country though? I don't know.
Lord have
Cynthia,
mercy.
wait, why is he saying Lord have mercy? So, and look at him. Wait, Cynthia, you haven't noticed yet. So this is the same Tony, okay?
Yeah.
He's on every single social media. He's like hitting
I've
everywhere.
seen him. I've seen him on the show.
Oh, you know who he is, right?
Yes.
So where would you move, Cynthia? You're not sure yet? You just have to
I'm
feel like
not
it was
sure yet.
home. You're not sure yet.
Well, I love California because
You could come take my place. Hey Alma, how are you?
Alma.
Alma.
hi.
I'm thinking I think Spain is what I'm thinking about. Here's my problem with Spain. I can't do as much fish. They're big seafood
Yeah.
people. And I'm complete like I'm not kidding allergic. You know what I mean? Oh, I've never been to
Switzerland.
Switzerland though. Oh,
Oh, we should put that on our bucket list.
yeah, that's gotta be on the list. Rick, where would you move to?
I
Hi,
mean,
Melanie.
hey, Melanie, I have family in various places. So Portugal, because that's where I'm from. Obviously, I have a lot of family there. Also, big.
Oh, we have family there.
We have to.
Wait, I didn't
I'll
think
say it in Portuguese. Temos família em Portugal. That's how you say it in Portuguese.
Yeah,
Almost like
I
Spanish.
feel that. Whatever you say it, I feel it, family. I feel it.
Because he has a lot of family in Portugal.
Yeah, yeah. I also have
Wait.
family in Bermuda. I have family in
Oh, I love
Canada.
Bermuda.
Bermuda. I mean,
Bermuda's
I
amazing.
ain't moving in no tropical area, no goddamn. Oop, didn't mean to say goddamn. Did not mean
And
to
you did
use
it
the Lord's
twice.
name. I know, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. This I'm not gonna move with this hurricanes. Okay, I'm too addicted to U.S.
U.S. food.
food. Wow,
It's
Tony.
the worst food, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the worst food. We
Mm,
look at
It's
it's so funny. It was so funny because today I was just talking to someone about how if we really embraced what it meant to be American, like if we really embraced it, not white America, but America, it would be food from all over the country. Would
that
be
is true.
our do you know what I mean? Like
mhm.
Yeah.
America, like to be American means to be eclectic and to have all these immigrant foods and
The
beautiful.
melting pot.
Yeah.
So
Like
you
New
got
York
all
City got all the
kinds.
sections: Chinese section, Italian section, all the different sections.
That's right. So when I think of American food, that's what I hope to think of. You know what I mean? But and I would disagree with the melting pot. I would say because it kind of melts everything. I would say like a salad. Because like a tomato gonna stay a tomato. You know what I mean? Like onion gonna stay an onion, you know? So I would say more like a salad. America is not a melting pot. It is a salad.
With some kind of American dressing all over it.
Right. Tons of right. Right.
Lots of dressing.
That's how we ruin it.
Chris Gale's in the building.
Hey, Chris Gales is in the house. How you doing? I caught Chris a couple times this week. It was such a blessing too because I was in such a disarray at work, and I was like, I told someone I'm on the phone. I'm very busy, and I put my headset on and I was listening to him.
He said a tossed salad.
That's right. America the Beautiful. We are tossed salad. Right? Hey, Charlie.
Charlie's back.
Goulash. We're a goulash. Charlie, you didn't make one mention of one video of you that I splattered on every social media. He never likes anything. So, yeah, no, Chris, I think I said hi to you a couple times, but then I had to go into a meeting or something, but I did listen to your music. But yeah, that's been my thing this week, trying to avoid fighting with people. I've just been like, I'm so sorry. It's an emergency. Hold on. Wait, hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Hold on. Like, and I'm like on TikTok. You know what I mean? Like,
it sounds like me at work and doing the bare minimum.
Yeah, it's so
when
weird.
you're just over it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a term for that. Like they started talking about that with COVID, quiet quitting, where you still do your work, but you literally do the bare minimum. You don't do nothing extra.
Wait, Charlie just said I was waiting for the fallout. I didn't post anything bad. You didn't say anything bad. He's so cute. I love that he thinks we have millions of followers. Like, I'm pretty sure James Cameron is not listening to our podcast at the moment. I hope
we're getting there. We're getting there.
We're getting there, you know.
We'll catch the replay in 10 years.
I know, right?
Oh, speaking of which, Cameron, I finally I saw 2 episodes of Smartless. Hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Love
I
it.
told you. Okay, good. Oh, good. See, I got everybody watching Smartless. I totally.
I love Sean Hayes. Like even
right, he's a guy, and he's the most normal person on that podcast.
Will's laugh cracks me up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but Will Arnett. I mean, you know, props to Will Arnett, and if he's listening, we love you. But he's a little bit more gruff than I thought he would be. I don't know. But this biggest surprise.
Jason is very high maintenance, but I love him.
We love him. But I used to be like, before I listened and watched Smartless, I was like, oh, I love Jason. Jason Bateman. Oh, he wasn't married. If I knew. Now I'm like, ooh, dodged a bullet there. I mean, just like, you know, in my dream or whatever, I was like, damn, he is so high maintenance. Chris Gale says, oh, wait, Charlie said, I always say something that makes someone angry. Well, you didn't say anything that would make me angry, so, but I can take it down. You know, we'll talk later. If you want me to take something down, I will. I don't want you to get in trouble for nothing. Chris Gale says, I do have a question. Which platform do you prefer to be watched on?
So YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn.
Any and all.
Which, yeah, it doesn't, you know, I don't have a preference. I'll be honest. I've been telling Rick this for a while. I am so glad to have the audience that we're building. It's amazing. Again, got to give a shout out to LinkedIn. We're really good. I know it's weird. I just don't expect people to say yes when I ask them to join. Like on Facebook, it's like pulling teeth. You know what I mean? Like all my friends, I went into all of my pages on Facebook and I deleted them because I'm like, all these people, I've been on their pages and they've never posted a thing. You know what I mean? They want me to support them. I asked them 2 or 3 times to support me on Facebook. They can't even do that. So I'm like, delete, you know? Charlie just said, well, you're normal. I'm fine with all of it. Loved you. Oh, you're so cool, Charlie. Thank you so much. But yeah, so LinkedIn, these are people I don't know. You know, I'm just sending out emails or whatever, sending out, you know, please support my new project, my new podcast. And people are adding on, like every day I'm getting more and more people. I think we're up to like 330 something. And I had like 2 more today, which was so cool. And then I always send them an email. It's just mind boggling, right? Your friends really show you who they are.
Trust me, as somebody who has broadcasted for next month 8 years every single day, yeah, where are you at, fam?
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Really?
It's interesting.
Chris says, I do not like streaming on Facebook. Oh, I totally get that.
Me
But
personally, I like YouTube because it's universal
it's
and you don't even
universal.
need an account. Like Facebook, you gotta have an account. Twitch, you gotta have an account. Like everything, you have to have an account. But YouTube, you don't even need an account. You can look up whatever and not be signed in and watch anybody.
Right. It's true. Friends are not fans. You know what? I look at again. I keep telling Rick this thing like I'm really trying to build a brand and it's not just the live stream and not just the podcast and not just the blog. I'm working on a book as well. Like I'm trying to build a brand. And so it doesn't cost me anything to stream everywhere. So I mean, I think I can stream up to 10 places. I just don't have 10 places to stream to. I would stream on TikTok because I have the most connections on TikTok. I think. Well, it's TikTok and LinkedIn. I have like 6,000, and those are two different groups. You know what I mean? But the problem with
Very.
TikTok is I don't understand how I'm supposed to do it. Like I can't.
Mm,
Like Rick and I were trying to figure out, and I'm like, it's just too hard to live
yeah.
stream on there because I don't know how to set up the RTMP and whatever else you need to do that. But yeah, no, I appreciate wherever you want to find us. But yeah, we're on LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. And we're going to soon be also, I'm going to be broadcasting soon on my own website.
Mm.
But we'll have that information next week as well. And also, I have a new logo, which I'm going to show next week. And yeah, things are getting kind of exciting over here. Woohoo! Um, but yeah, I want to show a quick video, if you can imagine. Look at Rick's like, let's see how she does this. And then I want to talk about it on the other side. So let's see if I can hook this up. Bear with me. I think I got it. Rick, yell at me. Like if I'm watching this and something's wrong, just yell at me or text me because I'm gonna be like thinking it's working. Okay, cool. All right, let me know if you can see it. Can you see it?
No.
Nope.
Are you serious?
See.
Yeah.
It says I'm sharing.
Mm,
No,
we'll see
not
it.
with us.
You know what's so weird? It just took out everybody out of the chat.
I still
No,
see it.
Chris he just said something.
Heading over to
He's
LinkedIn.
heading
he
over
said.
to LinkedIn.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna go in here. It says so. I did the share at the bottom, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
I have the tab open, and I'm doing the Chrome tab, right?
Okay.
And then I'm doing share, and I can see it on my screen, but you can't see it on yours.
Are you in the Restream tab right now?
I'm on the tab. I'm on YouTube.
If you go to the
It's not showing
Restream,
up on here.
if you go to the Restream tab, though, do you see it on the side? And is it like, is the
Oh
button
my
clicked?
God. Yes. All right. I see. There it
Okay.
is.
There
Yep.
you go.
But
There you
how
go.
do I take off the chat to make it bigger?
Also, put us on the bottom. I think that'll make it bigger too.
Is
Not
that
really.
better?
Not really, but that's okay.
No.
Hey, Kevin.
How about that?
Yeah, you can still see the video, so that's good.
Okay, and look, it's really about listening. And I can't see the chat at the moment, so my apologies, everyone. All right, let me do this. It's really short. Most of you have heard it before.
And if I can leave you with anything, I want to leave you with this. Hear me clearly when I say this. There are people who come in your life sometimes to be there for a season. They weren't meant to be there always. Sometimes we find ourselves hooked up with people that we think are there for a lifetime, but they were only supposed to be there for a season. There are people who come in your life like boosters for a rocket. If you ever watch a rocket go into space, the boosters fall off when it reaches a certain altitude. Some people are not equipped to handle the altitudes that you're going to. So don't be afraid when they fall off. They're not bad people. They just couldn't go where you're going.
Okay.
All right, preach, Medea.
Go
Tyler.
ahead. Isn't that so good? That's Tyler Perry.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
good.
He broke a lot of
That
wisdom
was
as
good.
Medea too, to be honest with you.
Hey, Mario.
Mario, what's up?
Beautiful person, you. Yes, we missed you. Have you guys seen that before? Have you ever heard that before?
Yeah, I've seen him say
Oh,
that.
I haven't.
Wait, is Chris Gales just saying how? Oh,
He's
because he
he's
went to
switched into
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. Yeah, he's doing a
Yeah,
Tony.
I'm so happy with people on LinkedIn. So Cynthia, you haven't seen that before, huh?
No, I haven't seen that clip before.
I didn't see Kevin. Kevin, I didn't see you before. How you doing? Mari, I know you saw Tyler Perry's whatever. But you've never heard that before. Don't you love that analogy? Like it,
Yes.
yeah, people can't. So one of the topics we were going to talk about today was friendships, and it was part of it was because I saw that clip again today on TikTok. And I was like, you know what? I want to have this conversation, like a deep conversation. It don't matter if it's online or in real life. Y'all know how I feel about online friendships or whatever. But it's not about friendships because Rick, I think you and I have gotten really well at knowing each other or whatever. And I don't think you'd be any different in person, but we haven't met in person. And I think there's a different dynamic that happens when you do get to meet someone in person. I'm just saying that's me.
Mhm.
Yeah, a reason or a lifetime. Yeah. What is your definition of friendship? I sent these to you guys, right? I sent you the topics today, right?
Mhm.
What is, each one of you, what is your definition of friendship and a best friend? Just curious.
Cynthia, you go since you're not usually here, so.
That was a weird pass.
I
Wait,
think
let me read
someone
Alma.
who is
Cynthia, you can get your thoughts. Alma just said, a season, a reason, and a purpose. Once it's complete, I believe God will remove who is not needed, but we are disobedient and hang on to people. I'm not. Places or things that keep us down. Yeah, I agree. Some people come into your life for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. Yeah. Go ahead, Cynthia.
I think a friend is someone who's there at your lowest point.
Oh,
And sometimes your friend can be there more than your own family. So if they're there for your lowest point, that is your friend, that is your family.
Okay. Do you have a best friend? Well, the other reason why I brought up this topic was Cynthia, I'm not trying to out you on your age, but you're at least 30. Let's just go there, okay? I've known you for at least 30 years, right? Because you're my cousin. For real, my cousin.
Listen, I say my real age.
Wait. But I'm cracking up because the other day we're talking and she's like, oh, can I call you back? My best friend's on the phone. I was like, wait, what? I've never, ever in all of our conversation, right? Wait, what?
You were shocked, yes.
Not that you had a best friend, but I'd never heard you talk about this pretend friend of yours.
No, yeah. I actually met her about 25 years ago. Actually, when I met Juan, was when I met her.
Juan is her husband.
Juan is my husband, yes. 25 years now. We've been really good friends, and she's been there for my lowest times and stuff. But now she lives
I'm just
in
gonna assume we've
Pennsylvania.
never had a low time because I don't even remember her name again. Like, I've never heard of this person. Wait, Chris Gales just said, as I get older, friendship seems to be too dynamic. I know the type of friend that I strive to be and haven't found it in others. Trust issues. Oh, that's deep. Wow. Alma says, yes, at your lowest or most challenging times, people who are truly for you will show themselves and you have to pay attention.
Yeah.
Ooh, but Chris just threw that out there. That's pretty intense. Yeah. Go ahead, Cynthia. I'm sorry.
No. Now she lives in Pennsylvania, so we don't get to see each other a lot, but we still stay in contact. And she was actually up here for a family reunion and surprised me. So it was great. And I got to see her and her kids and her grandkids now. So it was awesome.
Yeah, I was totally freaked out. It's just, I don't know. Usually I hear about, I don't know. We talk a lot.
I know.
Hey, can you name one of my best friends?
Andrea.
Yeah, I mean, Mia. I mean, you
Yeah.
know, because when I had surgery, I sent you a list. I was like, okay, make sure if I die, talk to all the, right? I did.
Yeah. Email all these people, tell them I'm okay. Give them your number in case of anything.
I was very organized. I was like, I may pass, and I don't want all
Yep.
my friends that I love.
Even had a copy of your proxy, your will, everything.
I wouldn't even tell everyone all my business. But yes, no, I did. Well, I encourage everyone to do that.
Absolutely.
I encourage, but I
Absolutely.
did. Cynthia was my person who had all my. You were what's the proxy part? Wasn't Andrea the proxy? You had
Me
the
and one were the
will.
witnesses.
Yeah, right. You and one with witnesses. Andrea was my person at the hospital.
Yeah.
She had, what is it when you're in charge of the person? If
Power of
Your
attorney.
proxy.
is it what is it?
Power of attorney.
Power of attorney.
Like if they put me on breathing tubes, I was like, just kill me. I don't want to be on. Just kill me. Like I just let me go. I
Do
don't.
not resuscitate.
What is that person? Is that a proxy?
It's a proxy. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's the best friend. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like she was there, so she was that person. But okay. So Rick, friendship, best friend.
Yeah. Did you see? Did you read what Alma said or no?
I did. Yes, at your
Okay.
lowest, most challenging times. I'm paying attention to my people.
All right. All right. I mean, to me, there's friend and then there's best friend. Just totally different for me, but
Well, that's what we're talking about.
yeah. Best friend specifically.
Yeah.
Well, either one, I want to know both.
Right. Alma says, I call my best friend my sister. We've been BFFs for 35 years, and she's a godmother to my daughter. Aw,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
That's the best friend.
That's the best friend.
Yeah.
Okay, Rick always trying to weasel out of the.
No. I'm trying to read all the comments too.
No, you know what? It's my show. I got you. They gonna be all right. Go ahead, baby. Give your answer. Go ahead.
I mean, a best friend is somebody that you can talk to, and they ain't gonna blab all your business to everybody in the whole world, which some friends will probably do. They're always going to be there when they need you, if humanly possible. Like I remember, I had an accident, and my best friend lives 35 minutes away, and I called him. I said, I just got an accident. He was there in 35 minutes. Like he really drove quick. Somebody you could depend on, somebody you could talk to, somebody you could trust. They're not going to spread your business. I said that already. That's me. That's a best
your
friend.
best friend or friend?
Best friend.
Best friend. Yeah.
I ain't gonna tell a general friend all my business.
Needs to hide a body.
Yeah. Bring a shovel.
I'm gonna bring the shovel. Yeah, I think for me it's been pretty much the same my entire life. I've grown and I've seen kind of how my friendships have changed. But I have friends that, they're on Facebook and I haven't seen them in years. But if they called me and said they needed, whatever, I would do my best to oblige. Like I don't have to see them every day. I think one of the best things about real true friendships is there's no guilt attached to it. Like this thing where it's like, why didn't you call me? I can't believe it's been like 3 weeks. What? And I'm like, that's when I'm like, okay, not a friend because you're making it too complicated, know? But yeah, I think so. My best friends are just a little bit of a different thing for me. They're in place of what I would call family. And Cynthia knows I have issues with the DNA crap shit. You know what I mean? And even though she is blood related to me, it's really, really. I mean, most people have a family tree. What do I always say, Cynthia?
We have a family bush.
Right. It's like with weeds.
And it's just, exactly. It's everywhere.
All over the place. So like, Rick, you and I could be related more than me and Cynthia could be just based on, but to me, family is about, history. It's about the time we have spent together and the longevity of that time. And it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. The judgment is the entire time. How are we together in those moments of joy and in the moments of pain? Can we still connect? You know what I mean? Can we forgive and forget each other? Because that to me is a big
where you left off.
Pick up where you left off. Yeah. Alma just said, yes, no matter how long it's been, there's no judgment, just love. Yeah, exactly. And here's the thing too, when someone starts complaining about, I can't believe you haven't called me in 3 weeks. I'm like, I'm sorry, were you calling me and I didn't get the call? I'm confused.
It's a two-way street.
Yep.
But, that's a whole other issue. But yeah, I think, I think there's a difference between acquaintances
Mm,
and friendships, and I think
yeah.
people get confused.
Yes.
You know, my friend Richard Johnson, may he rest in peace. He would always say, he's like, oh, I can't go to any airport no matter where. I'm in Japan and people calling out my name at the airport. And that was not a lie. Everywhere he went, you would think he's famous. He wasn't. He just had a great personality. You know what I mean? He worked at a campus, on a college campus, whatever. When he had difficult times, two of his friends showed up. I was one of them. You know what I mean? And it
Wow.
was the biggest breakdown for him
Mm,
to realize and I said, you don't need to have a lot of, see, this is the other thing people they're just confused about. Confusion, I was going to say, right? They're just confused.
confusion.
Confusion is you don't need to have 95 friends. You just need to have one good one, a
Yeah,
really good one.
I
Chris
agree.
just said family. I don't even know what this is. Family, my
Mycelium.
network. What is that? I don't know.
Mycelium is like, I think it actually comes
Mycelium?
from like a mushroom kind of thing, but it's like branches everywhere, kind of branches out all over the place.
Oh, he's making fun of our bush. Family bush.
I'll call it a mushroom now.
I think we should call it that from now on.
Fungus.
It's true. I'm good. Come on. That's exactly what our 23andMe and Ancestry is.
There you go.
It totally is. A fungus, man. It's like moss. You know what I mean? It's like just there. It's like it don't make no sense. There's blades everywhere, but they don't connect just through
Yep.
the dirt. Oh my God, this could go on and on.
Well, you know, this makes me also think of like, so when a little child is adopted, and you know, at some point they're going to find out they were adopted, whatever, and then say the real father, real mother shows up. It's like, well, I'm your mother, I'm your father, and the kid could be like, you, that may be true, but you're not my mommy and you're not my daddy. You didn't raise me. You didn't change
Well,
me
they're
that
never
way.
the mother or father. They're the biological parent, but they're
Hmm.
not. DNA don't make you nothing. Mycelium. It sounds like my Sharona. I don't know why.
Mycelium, mycelium,
Is
mycelium,
mycelium?
mycelium.
Mycelium is the root that supposedly connects all mushrooms all over the world. Oh, okay.
There you go.
Okay, but that's a good thing. He's saying we're all connected all over the world. Yeah. No, Cynthia, we are now moss and fungus. I like that better than the family bush. I'm telling you right now. Yeah. It's so funny because I saw on Facebook a nephew. Not I don't even know how he would be connected, but he like put up a profile pic and I was like, oh my God, I would never recognize him. I was walking down the street. I was shocked, you know what I mean? But he's supposedly related to me too. We never talk. Okay, so I'm gonna go down the list. Um, what would you do for your best friend that you wouldn't do for someone else?
Hmm.
Get up at 2 o'clock in the morning to go help them do something they need desperately.
Really? I wouldn't help most people move. Like I remember back when I was younger, everybody was always moving and we'd all chip in and get together. And I'd be like, why am I doing this? I don't even know you people. I don't drink beer. I don't care about pizza. You know what I mean? So I always thought about that. Like, I'm like, I am never going to help anyone move ever again. So I think if I had a best friend that had needed help moving, thank God all my best friends have enough money to hire people now. But I would help a best friend move, but I don't think I would help other people. That kind of a generalization, you know. There are certain things,
Did
you
you see
know.
that commercial where the guy's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be moving." He was like talking to a bunch of friends, and one of the friends is like, "Oh, you know what? I'm gonna be away that weekend." He said, "I didn't tell you what weekend yet."
It's just so true. I don't know why, but I mean, I guess when you're younger, you want to help each. I guess it's cheaper. It's not though. Just hire people. I don't know. You can get your own little U-Haul. Do it yourself. If you don't have enough money to move on your own, then you should not have that much stuffage to do it yourself. I think that's gonna be my new criteria. Um, can you have best friends that you work with?
Ooh.
Ooh. I'll start. I have worked with both Well, I met Andrea because she was, I hired her. That's how we became best friends. I think we talked about that in a different podcast. And I could certainly work with Andrea again. Like, I think because it's not working for someone. That's where I think the difference is. And Mia and I have exchanged clients. We've worked together. She came and helped us at Brand New School in New York when I was running the offices here in Los Angeles to do us a favor. But I think it's different because we were already friends and it's a mutual respect thing. It's not a she's now working for me. But I've said this a million times where I don't have friends that I work with. They all, they think we're friends, but I do not have friends I work, and I can't.
Mm-hmm. So I do have another best friend. So I have more than one. But this one,
okay, Cynthia. Okay, I believe you.
Another secret coming out the closet. Okay.
She ain't got no friends. She just lying. They're imaginary friends. I'm just kidding. Look at me having such an ego, like I'm supposed to know all your friends. It was just stunning. But go ahead.
We actually worked together, and I was actually her boss. But we worked well together.
And what's her name?
Cindy.
Is this one of the people you've been complaining to me about? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Best friend. Yeah. So that worked out, but you're not best friends no more? Or
no, we are. She lives in New Hampshire now.
Yeah. But you were best friends when you first started working together or after?
Actually, it's kind of funny how we met. So I started working at Things Remember, which is an engraving shop. And me and her at first did not get along at all. Like, we really hated each other. And one day my boss had put both of us to work together alone, just me and her. Okay. And she was pregnant at the time with her first child. And a customer came in and started cussing her out. And I cussed out the customer and told her not to speak to my employees like that. And ever since then, we became friends.
Here's the thing. Cynthia's really nice. You can see, right? Joyful, happy. You don't want to be on her bad side. I don't know if I was on your bad side, but I remember we didn't talk for a long time. Like, I don't know if I forget what it was. No, you
weren't on my bad side. I just didn't like what you had said. But I was like, oh, whatever. Okay. It took like a couple of days. And
it was not a couple of days. I was like, I don't even remember what I said, but I was like, ooh, Cynthia gets mad. She don't talk to people. Even if you try, hey, Cynthia, just checking in. Just like, okay.
Yeah. Oh, my boss knows when I'm upset.
I think anyone would know when you're upset, Cynthia. Oh, yeah. You're not going to hide it well. I'm so sorry.
I don't. I get very quiet and you just see it all over my face.
Well, you don't talk to nobody. Even when Juan was away, because he had to be away, and you were all like, brooding in your apartment or whatever in your house. Like, Cynthia, you okay? Mm-hmm. Yep. What did Juan do? Nothing. God. The poor man had to go home for a tragedy. Like, he was angry about it for how long? Like 15 days. But I guess that's love. I guess that's a whole other conversation. I don't know.
That's a whole other friendship there.
Yeah. True, exactly. But yeah, I mean, you're one of those people that I would never want to be on your bad side because it's confusing. Because I've hurt you somehow, but then I'm not clear what I did, and you're not going to talk to me until you're ready. Mm-hmm. And that's what happened. And I'm like, okay. I felt bad. I was like, I hope nothing happened to her when
that was like mild. That was nothing. That was, trust me.
Well, because we don't really have a fight or anything.
Right.
No, yeah, I know. Because I'm almost perfect.
And so humble too.
Right.
I'm extremely
not bougie at all, right?
I'm not bougie at all. And I'm very humble. I can't help it. Okay, Rick, what about you? Do you work with your friends?
I've never had a best friend that I worked with. So could I have a best friend? I don't know. I've never had that opportunity. Friends, yes, but best friend, I've never had a best friend that I work with.
Right. I have one of, it's so funny, one of my clients, this is this whole thing about friendship came up because it's been coming up so much, but one of my clients hired one of his friends to be his assistant because the friend needed money. And I was like, I'm not trying to be rude or nothing, but that's not a friend. If you come to me as a friend and you're like, you know what? I'm not doing too well and I need some help. And I'm like, you know what? I have a great idea. Why don't you work for me? It was a disaster from day one. They both admitted. I mean, it was horrible. What do you, I mean, if you're my friend and you come to me in desperation, I'm gonna just give you the money. I'm not gonna have you work.
Make you work for it.
I think, but here's the thing: like when I spoke to him about it, I said, you know, it never works out with friendship. He's like, yes, it does. It does, just not this time. And I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe you're right. Let me again. I'm moving to another country. I'm visualizing. Like, why did I even step into that conversation? I have no idea. Yeah, that just happened too.
I remember on I Love Lucy, Ricky got mad because they did something with friends or family or something. I think it was Ethel and Fred. They went into business, whatever, and he started yelling in Spanish. I was already told you don't do business with family and friends. You don't do that.
I've never watched Lucy. I know. Look.
I'll see you later.
I've never
really.
Seen that, so, yeah, I know who she is. I won't. Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. You watched it. First of all, it was before our time, so you're watching reruns.
But it's timeless. It's a good
show. No, I know. So I don't like slapstick comedy. I don't like that kind of.
It's not always slapstick,
but I didn't like the whole. I don't like. Yeah, I don't like. I love Steve Martin. I don't want to watch him in anything. The only thing I've seen him in is with Queen Latifah, and I went to see it because of Queen Latifah. Remember that movie? I forget what it was, but it was good. Too. Where she's in prison.
Yeah. What was the name of that movie? Bringing down the house.
Bringing down the house. Yeah, I mean it was, but like that's probably the only movie I can really say that I ever watched of Steve Martin because just not like. Wow, look at everybody's all upset.
Yes, get her.
I know Mario and Alvar both.
Congratulations, you broke the internet today.
I know. I know. It's called I Love Lucy, right? It's
Well, that was one show, but yeah. How rude.
Wait, how rude. What's the other show? There was another show she was on?
She had multiple shows, yeah. After she divorced Ricky, she went on and did other shows.
Oh my God, you got way too. See, it's like Rick got all of it. After she got divorced, she got another show. And like that's too much. Is that just common knowledge? Everybody knows that?
Well, people that like Lucy know, yeah.
I'm just saying that was a show before our time, so you guys were watching reruns of that.
What's wrong with that? We watch reruns of all kinds of shows.
I watched that. I watched The Honeymooners.
Okay, I just want to say, I'm going to throw this out there. I was in rehearsal, okay? When you guys are watching all your shows, I was in rehearsal. But I'm just kidding. But I just never got into, it's just not my genre. Even when I was a kid, it wasn't my genre.
Different strokes for different folks. Hey.
Yeah, I did watch All in the Family. I watched religiously. I watched The Jeffersons religiously. I watched, what was Dynamite? What was that one?
Good Times.
Good Times.
Good
Times.
Yeah. Welcome Back, Carter.
It was a good show.
Welcome Back, Carter. I watched that.
Welcome Back, Carter.
Oh my God, John Travolta was in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, that's going way back. We were really kids when that was.
Oh yeah.
Because that was like the 70s or early 80s, right?
I think 70s maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Welcome Back. Wow, I haven't even thought of that.
Yeah.
I kind of erased that in my head somehow. Remember that guy, Horseshack?
Horseshack, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That show.
Night Court.
Oh my God, Night Court.
Not as old.
I love Night Court.
What's Night Court? I didn't see Night Court.
I wasn't super into it, but it looks like Cynthia might have been.
Oh, yeah.
That sounded like a little bit of a diss and not kind of a friendly thing. That wasn't like friendship. You know what I mean? It's like, Cynthia was into it. Man, the shows from back in the day, though, and some of them still hold up today.
Oh, yeah. What's happening?
Yes. Yeah, now we're getting into the stuffage that I would have watched. Yeah, I really watched that. But I really did love. For some reason, I really loved All in the Family and the Jeffersons. I loved them. I mean, I know why I loved All in the Family because my mother loved it.
What about
shows.
Sanford and Son? Did you ever watch that?
I
Yes.
didn't. I mean, I knew of it, but it wasn't my thing. Like he got on my nerves. I just didn't like the whole it was a garage. No, what was it?
Junkyard.
Junkyard.
Junkyard. I didn't like all that. Yeah, I didn't like that's my mama. So
I just loved seeing Aunt Esther go off on Fred Sanford because she was hilarious.
oh my
Oh
God,
my
she's
God.
amazing. Yeah, that was so good. I do remember that from that show. Yeah, with the heart attack all the time.
Yeah. Coming to join you, Elizabeth. Coming to join you.
I come to join you. And I used to be like, he's annoying, but yeah, I do remember that. Mama just said I spoke Spanish first and still watched Lucy. Yeah. The only thing and Rick will understand this more than anyone else is, do you remember when Colonel O'Neill is turning into the thing and he gets better because they give him the shot, and then Teal'c opens up the thing and he's like, I'm home, Lucy, and Teal'c
Oh,
is
yeah,
like, I
yeah.
don't think you're okay. I don't
He
think you're
says,
okay.
my name is not Lucy.
My name is not Lucy, right? He said, and I knew that's what they were referring to. We're talking about Stargate. Let me see. The Jeffersons was a spinoff of Maude.
Yeah, I didn't know that until recently.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see Maude. What is Maude?
Maude, you remember the Golden Girls?
Yeah,
The tall one?
B. Arthur.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was Maude. She had a show.
And the Jeffersons was the spinoff of that?
Yeah, they were on her show before Jeffersons came out.
Oh,
But they were also on All in the Family too, the Jeffersons. So
no, right. The Jeffersons were a spinoff of All in the Family. That I know. I didn't know that the Jeffersons. Wait, the Jeffersons were a spinoff of.
Oh, wait a minute.
All in the Family.
Wait, I remember Good Times. The mom from Good Times was on Maude. Is that what you're talking about? Maybe that's what you meant.
Yeah, because Mario, I think maybe I don't know. We have to look it up. Maude was Edith's cousin.
So All in the Family, not the Jeffersons.
Dang, this is like a mycelial another network going on here. Everything's related.
Wait a minute. So okay, you're right. Okay, so Maude was Edith's cousin. So Maude is
All in the Family was a spinoff of Maude. That would make more sense.
I'm not sure, but maybe.
I don't know about that. Because I don't know Maude. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't know.
Yeah, I never saw the show, but
All in the Family, I think, was its first thing, and then there were spin-offs from that. But you're saying Maude was before All in the Family?
I saw the last time I saw Maude, and I really wasn't into that show, but it had the mom from Good Times and they were both talking to each other, and Maude was like, well, when women of our age get to be this age, blah, blah, blah. And the mom said, our age? You don't know how old I am, and you hate that about my people, don't you? It was so funny.
So funny. I mean, shows like that back in the day really took, let's give a shout out to Norman Lear, because most of every one of these shows we're talking about, and God love him, he's about to turn 101.
Wow.
But he was the executive producer and the creator of most of these shows we're talking about. All in the Family was the first. That's what I thought. And then there were spin-offs from it. It's kind of like Cheers. So you had Cheers, and then there was Frasier, and there was some other one that didn't do well, but
Was Taxi related to those at all, or no? Maybe not.
I think Taxi was way before Cheers. Oh, you mean to this group of stuff?
I'm not sure if they was related to the shows.
Taxi's way before Cheers.
Oh, okay.
Cheers is the 80s. Yeah. But I was just saying, the spin-offs or whatever. Oh, that is so... Wow, we really went off topic, and I loved it. Look at Melanie. Melanie's like the Jeffersons, Maude, then Good Time. She's like, All in the Family was first. She gonna get us. Oh, so Maude was after the Jeffersons. Oh, that's what Cynthia was saying, right?
No.
I thought Maude was really old. I thought Maude was really old.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, here we go.
Okay. Somebody's looking up on Google.
Then Maude, then Good Times was a spin-off
of Maude.
Oh, yeah. Florida was Maude's maid. Yes.
Wait, who?
Florida.
I gotta see. I feel out of it because I don't know the Maude.
Good Times mom was Maude's maid.
Good Times mom was okay.
Her name was
Arthur's.
Yeah,
right.
B. Arthur's was
Okay.
Okay, Florida was B. Arthur. I just don't know the mod show.
yeah. I
Talk
never
about a
heard of
whole bunch of crossovers before they even started
I never
Still,
got
crossovers.
shout
into it.
out to Norman Lear, Norman Lear, Norman Lear. I just got to keep saying it because he was a genius. He is.
Yeah,
He's still alive. Like,
yeah.
and he's still like he was still on whatever it's called, but Twitter. He was still twittering, all the time. I'm like, it's kind of cool. I just love that stuff. You're like, if you're gonna turn 101 and you still got all your stuff together, I'm just saying, I'm
Hey.
okay living that long life. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
So, wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to catch up on Florida. On Florida? No, not Florida.
Florida was the mom
Mod.
from Good Times.
On Mod. On
Yeah,
Mod.
Maud. I wasn't
I am
on
not on
Maud.
Google. I just watched all these shows all the time.
Ah, yeah. Jefferson's was a separate
But
spinoff
how
of
do you
Modern
guys
Family.
watch all these like TV Land or something? Are they just on TV
Mhm.
Land?
I mean, yeah, all these old shows
Yeah.
are on still, but I remember a lot
All
of them
these
from being
streaming
a
sites
kid.
have all these old shows on there
Oh
too.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I'm just gonna stick to my sci-fi. Like, I'm addicted. Even today I sent Rick a clip. I'm like, did you know? Like, I'm such a dork.
By the way, Pluto has an exclusive Lucy channel. By the way,
What do you mean? Oh, Pluto, the show. I'm not gonna watch Lucy. I told you it's not my genre. You know what's so funny? Okay, so I dated this guy once, and he was a big fan of the Lucy show, whatever. He was like, I can't believe you never watched it. And I was like, yeah, I didn't. He's like, and I was like, he is fine. I'm gonna watch this show with him. You know what I mean? Like, that's gonna be our thing. But he was obsessed, and it was not that much fun for me. Like, it just, I'm not saying it wasn't funny. It's just when something doesn't work for you, like, so that never worked out, that relationship,
So
clearly.
you don't know the whole Vita Vita Vegemin
yeah,
episode?
that was funny.
That was the best one.
The
I like
only
that, the
clips I
Chocolate
know are the
Factory.
things on Pretty Woman. Like I remember when she meets Richard Gere
Oh
Mhm.
yeah,
and they're stomping on the tomatoes or whatever
the
and
grapes.
the grapes or whatever it is. Like I've only seen clips of things.
Mhm.
Melanie, I saw them when they were first on. What were you, like 3? Like, but it's just I feel bad. It's my show. We're gonna talk about stuff that I've seen, only things that I like, and only things that I'm aware of. Just kidding. I want to see the show Mod. I like B. Arthur.
I
I
like
guess
it
I knew
too.
she was on a. I guess I knew she was on a sitcom before.
I loved her on Golden Girls, but I've watched Modern. It wasn't for me.
Oh, what's the storyline of Mod? Is it not cool?
I just was bored. I never really got into it. I tried to watch it. I was like, this is boring.
No, that's how I felt about Lucy. But whatever. I'm just gonna say, I know. People gonna be like, "That's it. We writing off this stupid. All about the joy. All about the stupid is what it seems like." Can you ever have too many friends? This is good. Dead space is good because when I'm editing, it gives me a place.
Yes, Mario.
What's
Yes.
the Chocolate Factory
Oh
episode?
yeah, that's a good one.
What's that one in Lucy?
Yeah, her and Ethel
She's
worked at
working
this
in a
chocolate
chocolate
place,
factory.
and it's a conveyor belt, and they have
Oh
to
no, I've
wrap.
seen clips of that.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen that. Yeah. Okay, another show I've never seen that everyone talks about. The big guy, and they live in an apartment, and there's nothing in the apartment really. It's old. It's like black and white.
Honeymooners?
That one. That's it. Yeah, people. I've never
Oh.
seen that either. I saw clips, and
I
people
love the
say that's
Honeymooners.
amazing.
My dad's mom loved that show, and she didn't even speak
I
English.
used to
She
watch
thought it was the
that.
funniest show.
So you guys have seen that too.
Yeah,
A little bit. I haven't seen a lot.
I used to watch that with my mom.
Anyone watch Chico and the Man? Yes, I loved Chico and the Man, and I thought Chico was my father. I did.
Wait, no, I don't know what that is. What's Chico and the Man?
I remember, and he died.
Vaguely.
He died really young too. But I remember watching Chico and the Man, and I remember thinking, okay, that's who my father is. I know it because my mother loves this show. I knew it. I loved that show. Yeah, I just remember he died really young of something.
I've never even heard of that show.
Are you serious? Wow. All right then. Whatever.
Hey, I gotta go. Dad's on TV. Go bye.
That's on TV. I just remember being a little kid. I don't remember what it was all about, but he was. I mean, he was Chicano, he was Latino, but it was called Chico and the man was a white guy, and they worked together. But I forget the whole thing. But I can see his face. I can see his face. And I just remember being like, I know that's who my father is. I know this. Like, I was so obsessed. And I remember it because my mother would say, if you ever ask me again who your father is, you're gonna get it. And I'd be like, okay. But in my pillow, that's what I know. She got so mad. So silly when we're children. So silly. Okay, I was gonna go on to another subject, but this just seems like so much fun. Okay, can you have too many friends?
I don't think so. But then again, it depends on what you define friends.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
fair.
I'm thinking of somebody who I won't say their name, but they think everybody's their friend. And it's like, that doesn't
Do
work.
we know them?
I'm going to shut my mouth. But yeah, you just can't be friends with everybody. It don't work.
But I think it's what Cynthia just said, right? And she just said it depends on what your definition of friendship is. I think again, I go back to that thing where I think, yes, Freddie Prinze Jr. is his son. That's right, Freddie Prinze. Right.
Okay.
Thank you, Melanie, and thank you, Mario. Right, I forgot about that. Yeah, right, that is his son. So my brother, Carmen Lisette Prince. That would work. I'm just saying. But I think that people mistake acquaintances. That's something that I wish I had written down, but Maya Angelou said it really beautifully. She said something to the effect of, people confuse really great acquaintances with what friendship is. And I think friendship can be defined whatever it is you need it to be, but if you're delusional about it, you're going to end up getting hurt.
Right.
And I always say this thing that, a lot of people think I'm their friend. I'm not. There are very important definitions in my life that determine a friendship. And one of them is respect. And if you can't respect, even if I'm wrong, even if I'm mean, even if I make a mistake, if you can't respect me as a human being, we're not friends. You know what I mean? Like, we're not friends. Andrea and I have battled it out. Mia and I have battled it out. Alden and I have battled it out. I love him, and he's in Scotland right now. Like I told you that, right? Yesterday, he's in Scotland.
Yeah.
And he just had major surgery, but this man cannot stay off of his damn bike. So he's in Scotland with all of his friends. We had a big fight about it, but whatever. He's grown. He's a grown man. But if you can have those disagreements, you can have those fights, you can have those battles back and forth, and then you can learn to listen to each other and find a way to come to a mutual understanding, that only helps that relationship. And if you can't do that, then there is no relationship there. There's no connection. There's just you wanting to be right, or you wanting to step on me to whatever, or you wanting to be connected. Like, that's the thing I can't stand. People want to be connected to me. This is not even an ego thing. I know you guys have experienced it too. They want to be connected to you when things are good. Like, everybody's your friend when things are good. But who are
you?
Use
you for what you have.
Or what they think you have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
So hell to the no. Hell to the no. I'm very selective, And look, there are people like Charlie who I haven't talked to in a long time. I mean, he's on Facebook or whatever. And yeah, our relationship is very casual, but it was cool. It was fun, and it still is. You know what I mean? That's a very different friendship than I have with somebody like Mia. You know what I mean? Or Billy. Billy is like a brother to me. I would die for Billy. But if Charlie called me and said he needed something, I would help him in a heartbeat, because he's never been anything but a good friend to me. You know what I mean? Like a good person, funny, laughter. There's no drama. It's very easy. And he's hilarious. He was on the show I just want to say this because I was going to text you, Rick. He was on the show for 20 minutes last week? I have like 90 clips of him. He's so funny. 9, like I swear to God, I was like, well, I can use this one. There's so many of him because he has such an energy. You know what I
Clips
mean?
for days.
Yeah. I'm not gonna use them all, but I was just like, I used quite a few of them
Mhm.
already,
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
Cynthia, you missed it. You missed Charlie last week. It
Yeah.
was so cool. Yeah, okay. Anything else on can you have too many friends? Mhm.
I just
Okay.
remembered going back to Tyler Perry.
Mhm.
As Medea, he was saying everybody's life is like a book, and when you read a book, a story, there's the main character, that's you, and then there's other characters, and some of the characters are in every single chapter, but some of the characters are only in a few chapters, and they
Yeah.
may come in, they may go out, but because you can't expect everybody to be in every chapter, that doesn't make any sense. That's not real life. And I'm like, when I heard that, I was like, wow, yeah.
Well, and look at I'll bring up a bad part, something that happened. And Rick, I think I told you about this. I think I talked about it a couple of episodes ago too. I had a friend named Todd Fisk, and we were really great friends. I moved out here. We went to college together. There was
Mm,
never anything romantic between us at all. We were just really good friends. We were in film classes together. I moved out here. He moved out here. I helped him get an apartment out here. He just a really wonderful person. He borrowed my car to go to San Diego, whatever. We had a huge fight. I don't even remember what it was about, but I remember him calling me and he was in San Diego and he had to return my car. And I said, when you get back, we'll just talk about it. But we had this huge fight. And he came back to my condo and when I wasn't there and he left the car and he left the keys on the doorknob, like in a bag.
mm.
We never talked after that. Never talked again. Never. And I was just it's not gonna make me cry, but these are the choices and these are the consequences that happen when you make these decisions. So we never talked after this. And that's a client. That ring is a client, if you can imagine it. So I Googled him because I was wondering how he was doing. I always Google people, especially if I talk to people I cared about. He died in January of
Mhm.
cancer
Oh wow.
of this year. And he had 2 kids. He has 2 children and a wife. And because I was reading the obituary, and I was like, horrible,
Yeah.
horrible. I mean, would I change anything I had done? No, because I did the best I can. He chose not to talk to me ever again. He chose not to come. I tried to reach out to him a couple times after, but I get the hint. You don't want to talk. You know what I mean? Like I'm really good at that. I'm good at cutting people out, and I'm good at respecting people's wishes. But that kind of broke my heart. I
Mhm.
mean, sad.
Yeah.
So it could go either way. And that was somebody I loved and cared about, and we'd known each other for so long. But I wish I could remember like what we fought about. Like I can't even remember what it like. I think it was a girl. Like I think he liked somebody, and I don't even remember. But I think it was like he always used to, you know, we all have these friends that keep dating people and they're the one, and then you have to
Mm.
hear about it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's it, but I think it was something to do with that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I wasn't listening, or I wasn't taking it seriously, or you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it was disrespectful of me, probably, getting back to that, So
Yeah.
I lost that friend and I paid a dear price for that.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I have a question. So
Mhm.
we've been talking about what we think are best friends. Do we think that our best friends see us as a best friend?
Even if they don't, I make them. I'm like, I'm your best friend, right? Right? I mean, you could have other best friends, but I'm your best friend, right? Um, Andrea too. I'm like, I know Andrea's best friend, Leslie. Her name is Leslie. And I think she's fabulous and wonderful, but I'm also Andrea's best friend. You can have more than one best friend. And here's
Yeah.
how Mia handled it. When Mia got married, she had her 2 best friends, Susie and Mindy, who I know. I know them. They're on my Facebook. I know them. I've met them. We've all hung out. And they were her bridesmaids or her maids of honor or whatever. And I gave the toast at the reception. You know what I mean? Like, and I was
Mhm.
totally cool with that because we all know I hate weddings. I don't go to weddings. Cynthia, did I go to your wedding? Nope.
Nope.
I don't go to weddings. So, but I think I was traveling now, right? I don't know what happened with your wedding.
I honestly don't remember.
I don't go to weddings. But anyway, so that's how it's handled. I don't have a problem because we all have multiple best friends, and they all like, I would never ever think or feel like I have to compete with Leslie at all.
Yeah.
There is no competition. It's just an isness, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah. How many best friends can you have?
I mean, me personally, I've never had more than 2. That's just me.
Yeah.
I have. Wait, you wrote how many best friends can you have?
Oh, I just didn't even see that.
She wrote best friends. Ooh, that's another level. Interesting. That's my best friend. Is that a typo? Is that a typo? I'm trying to figure out if that's a typo. I don't know. I'm just gonna, because it's in my head. Let me just see why I'm getting this text.
Let me ask my friend, hey, are you just my best friend or are you my best friend? Let me know, okay?
Not a
Not a
typo.
typo.
Not a
Best
typo.
friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: is a best friend someone who, not to be rude, but would wipe your ass if you need them to?
Oh.
Is that a
I don't know if
best
that's a best friend. That sounds like a spouse. Okay. I don't know.
Well, I'm
Listen,
saying if someone's not married and single,
You know
that's
what?
timing of
if
that
you are,
statement.
if you are in an accident, you can't move, you need to go to the bathroom, your best friend is there, and you can't move.
So that's your definition of best friend.
Listen, the timing of
No,
this
I'm
statement is
asking.
horrible for me because I didn't go to bed till 3
She goes,
o'clock in the
and there's
morning.
best friend.
That there is best friend. Yeah, Rick, don't even go where you're going. Don't do that.
No,
'Cause
no,
I'm gonna
that
edit
timing
it
of this
out.
statement,
Just
it's
cut it
worst
out.
timing.
Um, okay, here's what I'll tell you. Um, I would I would wipe anyone's ass if I needed to help somebody. That's not for me a definition of best friend, right? I mean, I know what you're saying, but
Yeah.
if somebody needed help and I had to be the only one there, I would help them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if a best friend has to be the person that you do the most for. Um, at the end of the day, and this is just part of what I wish the world was like, but I would like to believe if somebody was in need and I was standing there, I would help somebody. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
But that's not a definition to me. That's not part of the definition. I
Yeah.
think for me,
That's just being a good person.
that's just being a good person. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is funny. But I think for me, what really matters is there's a history and there are ebbs and flows in that history. And can you withstand all of the ebbs and flows in relationships in order to sustain and kind of get stronger as friends? You know, I don't talk to Andrea and Mia on an everyday basis. There was a time we did, like there was a time when it was like every day, whatever. We don't need to, but I have no doubt in my mind if I called either one of them, or if I called Billy or Alden, and if I was just like, I'm in trouble, I need help, that there would not be a hesitation. And it's because over time we've
Mhm.
built that relationship. Also, and look at this is a good one. There are very few people I would go to and ask for help
Yeah.
because I know they wouldn't let me down. I know people who have more money than God, right? Or whatever, like whoever. Warren Buffett, not that he's God, but I realize what I said. But I'm just saying, like, more money than, and you're like, you know what? I just need a few bucks. You know, I'm having a hard time, and they're like, ooh, You're like, are you kidding me? I've had people who have money and have said, I'm gonna send you $1,500, not a problem, and then never did it. And then never did it, but then are like, no, we're friends. No, we're not, bitch. We are not friends. I'm not kidding. This really happened. Somebody who has a lot of money turned around and said they were going to help me out. This was years ago before my book. And I was just in a bad situation. I was between jobs and I was just like, oh my God, can you help me? And they were like, I'm going to send you 1,500. I'm like, thank you. Thank you. So let me tell you, $1,500 to them would be like $5 to me right now. It's not going to hurt me to give somebody $5.
Right.
I don't need no emails or text messages. Thank you very much. Okay. So absolutely really about, for me, longevity, history, ebbs and flows. Who are you when a problem happens really matters to me. Like, can you be the better person when I'm at my lowest point? Can you lift
Mm.
me up?
Yep.
And let me tell you, Andrea proved. I mean, I love Andrea. She'll always be one of my dearest and best friends. But, this surgery I had, this was no joke. I mean, the surgery wasn't the big deal. It was the trauma behind it.
Mm.
And I was like, okay, I owe you. She's like, yes, you do. I'm writing it down. You know what I mean? Like,
I got
yeah,
another scenario.
yeah, go ahead.
Have you ever had this where you were with some people and this other person that you're just friends with said, "Oh yeah, they're my best friend," and
Oh,
they're like, "Oh really?" And then you're like, "Yeah, we talk
Like
often.
I am.
Yeah, we talk a lot." And your best friend,
yeah.
no, it's awkward.
It is awkward, but you got to let people believe it. But I put my foot down. I think. I mean, some people really want to be your friend, and that's a blessing. That's a nice thing, But you can't have everybody in your life.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
sometimes people do that because they want you to know that you're their best friend and they want to hear that reciprocated. So
Hmm.
sometimes when it isn't, it kind of gives them the information,
Mm.
you know?
Yeah.
That's a hard one. Yeah, that's happened a few times to me too. I don't say anything though. I just let it go.
Mm.
Yeah. And what are you going to do? And here's the thing, there are different levels of friend. Like somebody being your best friend doesn't mean you can't have another great friend or somebody who's close to you or a family member. You know what I mean? Like it's
Right.
not a competition of love.
Yeah.
I told Juliana, like I said, Juliana, who is the best, most important adult ever? And this was when she was little. She's 15 now, but she would be like, "You are, but don't tell my mom and dad." I was like, and I realized I was like, okay, that's not what I meant. Like,
I just had a flashback, and this is not friend, but this was like girlfriend. Supposedly, I was in like third grade, and these two girls that lived on my street, like you hang out on the street with friends, whatever. And these two girls were literally pulling me arm to arm. No, he's my boyfriend. No, he's my boyfriend. And I'm like, I ain't none of y'all boyfriend. Y'all are crazy. Oh my
I think
god.
it's look at we all want to be connected, and we're social beings, and of course we want. I always say that the umbrella is love, but we want to love and we want to be loved. There's nothing wrong with that, but
Mhm.
you cannot you cannot have really great relationships in your life if you are not okay in your heart as well,
Right. Right.
um
Right.
that's just me. That doesn't mean, and look at, that's why friendships grow and move on,
Mhm.
right? I have another friend on Facebook, Jackie, who I've known since I was like 10 years old. I used to live at her house, you know what I mean, like with her mom and her family, and we don't talk at all, but if she called me tomorrow, I'd be like, what you need, Jack? You know what I mean? Like she's just it friendships grow and change and you evolve, but it doesn't mean that solid friendship is not still important to you. It just means it's, one of the rocket boosters that's moved away. But it's still, I
Right.
can see it. I can see it. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, wow, we're already past an hour,
Okay.
That flew
Time
by.
flies. Time flies when you're having fun.
right? Is Ted on tonight? I
I
don't know.
just I just checked. He's not on.
He's not on. It's so funny because he texted me today again. Um, and he's so funny because he's one of those people. I'm going to do this as a clip. That's why I'm going to talk about it. He's one of those people that will text me or email me. I'll respond, and then he doesn't respond back. That's going to be a clip. So I don't know if he's on, but oh, he's not on right now. So that's cool.
Yeah. No.
I think while Tony's working the late shift, they're trying to do it a little bit later or something because Tony's always part of that show. So, and I think he was on a Saturday the other day.
Sometimes I think. Yeah.
They do Saturdays, yeah, because they do the sports. They do all the sports stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see
Yeah.
if I have any more questions. Um,
Can I
does
just
it
say
matter
twice? I'm
dude,
sorry, I didn't
like,
mean to
every
cut you
time I'm
off.
about to talk, you jump over. You
Well, I
confuse
hardly
shit.
get to talk. I hardly get to talk.
You
told me
know
I
what?
could.
When's your show? When's your show when you get to
You
talk?
the one
When's your
that told me to
show?
bust in and talk because I don't talk enough. Well, I'm busting in.
Go ahead, bust in, babe.
Twice this week, I got texts from people that started talking to me, and I'm like, wrong number. Isn't
Oh,
this no
Oh,
wrong
those are
number?
those spam texts. I
And then
get those
one
all
girl
the
sent
time.
me a picture of herself. I'm like, I
just
do
block.
not know you. Wrong
No,
number.
why did
Stop.
you respond? You should just block.
I know.
Yeah, block it.
Don't, because you're allowing them to keep you on the rolls.
Yeah.
Just block it. Don't even respond. That's what you interrupted me for. That's
I
it.
just thought it was funny.
Spam call. Are these your new friends?
I mean, one of them I was like, I wish you was, but no, just kidding.
Oh, that's gonna be a clip. That's gonna be a clip. That's a clip right there. Does it matter online versus in real life? That's my last question on friendship. I don't think it does. I mean, I think there's a difference between those two. But Rick, I think you and I have become friends, and we've never met in real life.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've told you that I've met people that I only knew online for real.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're the same. You're quieter than we thought you were.
But I'm
I'm
not
like,
worried about you. What did you
right.
think about all the other people, right? I mean, did they seem to be the same?
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. Some I thought were friendlier even in person than
Really?
online. Yeah.
Cynthia?
Honestly, the only people I talk to online are like high school or middle school friends or
You
family.
already
So
knew
I never
them.
really met new people other than you, Rick.
I know. Yeah, because you know Andrea, you know Alden.
Right, I know
Well, Alden
Andrea.
hasn't been on the show. I don't know why. Alden says he wants to be on the show, but Alden's just a talker. So, have you met Alden yet? I feel like you have, but you haven't met Alden yet, right?
In person, no.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't know Billy yet either. I think that's the weirdest thing. All of my friends have not. All of my best friends have not met each other. They're gonna and that's what I was worried about. If I die, that's gonna be the first time they all meet each other. I was like, all sad about it. I was like, that's so funny.
How did you know Carmen? She was my best friend. Oh, she was my best friend too.
Like, wait, no, she was my best friend.
That's so funny. I am blessed with a lot of people in my life who are good friends. I feel blessed. I think that is the real wealth. I do. I love that about me. I am not gonna lie about it. But again, I'll go back to that thing. I have a lot of friends, but
They went from
I'm
beep
hearing,
to do.
because that's a car alarm that's about to go off. You know what I mean? And then this is my client again. I guess I should jump off because that car alarm is right here. I don't know whose car it is. But we're at 112 anyway. So thank you guys. I appreciate you.
It was fun.
That was fun. I really appreciate it. I appreciate everyone who's been listening. I do. You know what? I'm really in shock. I didn't think this was going to go on for as long as it has, but now I feel
Well,
like
you know what we should have talked about, Carmen?
What?
My experience I had on Friday.
What was the experience? No, wait. What was it on Friday? I forgot. What was it? What was
You
it?
forgot? Remember I had a doctor's appointment?
No, we're not having that conversation. It's like, look at Rick. You guys like to put your personal business on the YouTube page.
Listen, I think it's hilarious, and I know I can't be the only one that it happened
Okay,
to.
if you want to tell Rick, I'm just going to answer my client. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm just going to answer my client.
Oh, that's
Oh
funny.
my God. Well, I'll talk to the women online here.
I'm just answering my client because she's going to keep. This is actually an important. This is my favorite client. And she's asking me a question. She doesn't remember that I'm online, so I'm gonna send her this clip.
Is it your favorite client or your favorite client?
Right. Your favorite.
Okay, this is actually my favorite client. She knows it. Everybody knows it. And the reason why is because she's not high maintenance. She's very easy and simple. And so even though I have the phone on off, there are certain people that can come through. That's why I knew who it was, because she came through and she has a different ring. Cynthia, please
Okay.
proceed. This is just going to be a minute.
So I'm going to speak to the ladies on here, Rick, because I know you probably did not. Yeah, I'm sure you have never had this
I can't
experience.
believe we're going to have this conversation. Okay, go ahead.
It's okay. Listen, we are adults, okay? So I had a doctor's appointment this past Friday. My yearly annual.
Oh, God.
You go through your PAP and everything. And I love my doctor. She's amazing. She's a very sweet woman. And so we just, we're about to start doing our GYN stuff. And in the middle of her doing it, the speculum breaks.
Why are you doing this? I remember now.
Listen, I can laugh at myself. I think it's hilarious.
Okay.
And it's so funny.
Rick, do you know what a speculum is?
The first thing that went in my head was, "But you married, right? How did it break? What happened?"
You're gonna have to explain to the men listening what a speculum is, because they don't know. See,
At my job, we actually sell those things.
Are you serious? But do you know where?
Okay, you guys sell them. Those plastic ones suck. Okay, because that's what broke.
Oh my God!
And the poor woman had to go through 3 of them because they kept breaking on her.
Wow.
Okay, to the point that they finally had to use the old style metal ones. But I can't be the only one this has ever happened to. So ladies in the chat.
No one.
I see Alma saying, "Oh no."
No one in the chat is going to answer. Oh yeah, girl, happened to me. Like, no.
Well, then if they don't want to talk about it, they don't have to. But at least they know they're not alone.
Let me just finish this. If you need me to.
But I thought it was just hilarious, and I had to laugh about it because
I hate when that happens.
You know what? I mean, if we're going to talk about embarrassing medical moments, look at Alma said that has never happened to me. It's never happened to me either. I think you had faulty. That must have been a bad.
Yeah, the products are
new ones. It's like sterile, so they use one and then they throw it out or whatever. They recycle it.
It was a bad batch.
It was a bad batch.
Was a bad batch, yeah.
But
because it literally just broke in her hand. Like it wasn't like.
I don't look at what they're doing. I don't know if it's plastic or metal. I'm like, just get it done. Just get it done.
Is it over yet?
I don't even, and like my doctor who I've had for years, she knows, like, I don't want to have the bullshittery conversations. Like, so what have you been doing? No, my legs are up like this. No.
Just do what you gotta do.
So how you been? Been better.
We want to have like a little chit chat, as they're sticking their whole hand or whatever. And
listen, you are not cutting my hair. This is not the same.
Exactly. You're not my nail person. No. So I'm like, just let's be quiet. Let's get it done. Let's move on. Yeah. It's very quick. Yeah, no. And I don't know if they use plastic or metal, but I know it comes in a plastic thing, so it must be the plastic ones.
Yeah.
Because they're sterile or whatever. I don't know.
Well, they're all sterile.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just saying it seems like they throw them out.
The plastic ones they do.
Or something.
The metal ones they sterilize.
Yeah. Listen, women go through so much when it comes to medical stuff. Men don't go through half of that. Rick the other day was complaining about, what were you complaining about? A colonoscopy.
Oh, I never had one, but my mom's.
You won't have one.
I haven't had it.
When they do it.
I haven't had it yet. That's all. I ain't saying I never.
You said you're not gonna have it. You said you're not gonna have it.
Never say never. Never say never.
You should have already had it. Aren't you 50 or something?
Chit chat.
Yeah. How you doing? Have you been running? You know what? No.
Like I'm about to run out of here.
Yeah, I know. Well, I remember one time she was like, "Did you see the latest Marvel movie? Because I know you're." No. I did not see it. I saw it. I did not see it.
She's just trying to distract you.
I got the Infinity Gauntlet and I'm about to snap you away. Shut up.
It's so weird, but yeah, no.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know anyone else who's been through that, Cynthia. I love that you think it's funny. I was
It was hilarious.
like, it's crazy. Now that's all I'm gonna think about next time I have to go.
Mm.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna say goodnight to everyone. Thank you so much for
On
stopping
that
by.
note,
Appreciate you all. On that note, it's all good. This was really fun.
very
So we'll
fun.
see you guys again next week. And I'm gonna end the stream. Bye, Alma. Thank you, Mario. Wait, you just said, look, there's a draft, and I'm feeling all of it right. Thank you to everyone who stopped by. I appreciate you all and everyone who's been listening. And yeah, remember, it's all about the joy,
Oh,
baby.
is it the
Bye.
second?